When you speak of talent, the only thing that comes to mind is um, Sexy Red. Because I'd be like, do you really need talent? Do you really need to, you know what I mean? Like, is that really that important? That's what I'd be thinking. Dang, that's super dope, man. What else is going on? You know what? I sent you a clip of Joe Budden and Math Hoffa talking about the labels versus independent, right? What is your opinion just independent versus signing to a label?
I mean, I'm here for independent artists.
You
So
wouldn't sign to a label?
if I would do partnerships,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, business is business, and so I mean, I watched, I watched it, and it's like I feel what everyone was saying, but then I think someone was like, "Oh, streaming farm," and just different things like that. And I think at the end of the day, the issue was the development of the artist. And so right now with social media and ways to make yourself, semi-famous faster or short-lived fame because there's not much substance to stand on, like you do have a lack of acknowledgement for the artist development piece. A big premise of the Rise too, the TV show. Like the Motown era is when they really spent that time developing, and they reference that in the clip too, talking about,
Mm-hmm.
well, it's been the system's been the same. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, it does take a certain amount of money, and it does take a certain amount of then development at the same time. And a lot of times you don't have both of those. And then if you do have both of those, then you are lacking the business side, which I feel like is in the middle. So, but if you can make all three work together, and in this day and age, the talent is there because a lot of times people, if I really talk out to executives on my team and different things, the number one thing out of they point back to is the talent, because at the end of the day, that's a product. So if that's there, then you can help have better business people around you and make the business deals to have some of the money to supplement. And so like I'm here for that route instead of bad deals.
Yeah. When you speak of talent, the only thing that comes to mind is um, Sexy Red. Because I'd be like, do you really need talent? Do you really need to, you know what I mean? Like, is that really that important? That's what I'd be thinking. Especially with the new with the new people, with new artists coming out, I'd be like, how?
I'm only laughing because I've been asked about Sexy Red like every interview.
Have you?
Everyone. Someone was like, "What you think about Booty Hole Brown?" And I was like, "What?"
Really? Because it's just like I don't get it, and maybe because I'm just older, and I don't get it. I don't. I honestly, I just don't get it.
So I'll say this piece about it. And I haven't said this yet. So I went to see another artist that I work with perform. I opened up for like a C-list artist at Trees. In their own right. And when I'm saying all that, just like numbers, fan base, demographics, reach. Okay. So there was a few hundred people there. But I couldn't understand. Everyone was moshing and like different things like that. And it's like, okay, that's different. But the crazy thing and the number one thing I noticed is everyone in the crowd, and if you really think about it, looked just like the people on the stage. So it was a voice for those people. And so for me, like that's even right now, like one thing I struggle with doing some of my rap records is like I'll go some places and they'll be like, oh, you eccentric and you're not, doing this and that. But for a minute, I'll be completely transparent and honest. I thought that maybe I needed to be like not who I was and more, like because I didn't necessarily have somebody to look up to for that. So, I do feel like there are people that surround her that feel like just like, that.
Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
I mean, it again for me, it's just going back to my first record of Black and what encouraged me for that. Like I had this younger George Floyd, and I had a younger Black girl in the parking lot. It was like she was like, "You're so pretty." I'm like, "Girl, honey, you're gorgeous," and she's like, "No, I'll never look like that." Who says that?
Yeah.
Why is that still in part of our culture? And so I feel like for me, there'll always be all kind of people, and to each their own, like my grandma used to say. But like, I'm excited to be able to say, hey, you can be this too. You can just be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get that part. I get, yeah, I get it. But I'm just like, who is Sexy Red speaking to? Who is the people that's like Sexy Red? Who is the audience that's like her?
I mean, every now and then. Okay. I also one day my mom was like, "Who the hell is Sexy Red?" And she was like, "Lexa, play Sexy Red." And then some.
Alexa's like, who?
So it was like early in the morning, and I don't even really twerk like that. I don't, but I started twerking. I was like, and I said, you know what, Mama, I can see why people want to be like this ratchet. Like it is a certain piece, it's a certain feeling of you. Like I feel that, so I do feel like she does speak to, some ratchet pieces, but I do feel like from an artist development, not speaking to her artist development, but I love artists, especially like Prince and Michael Jackson, and you saw different sides of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the piece. Even Beyonce, you see different sides of them. Outkast, like just different people. You see different sides of them.